What do you do it for? What are you running for? What are you running to?
Hi guys, thank you for clicking on this video. My name is Candy, so also go by Confidant Candy. If you are new here, thanks for choosing me to watch. If you're subscribed, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about mental health within the Black community. If you'd like to know more, keep watching. Usually in my videos, I talk about how-to-dos, tips that I want to give you guys regarding mental health, lifestyle and self-care, and I talk about my university series, how to find the best university for you. But today's a different kind of video. First of all, I want to say happy Black History Month to those in the UK. I know for Americans it's in February, but yeah, we celebrate it in the UK in October. So shout out to all my afro-caribbeans. Mental health is a taboo topic within my household. I'm not going to speak for all the Afro-Caribbean households, but for mine, it wasn't really discussed until a few years ago, really. The general consensus from what I've gathered is when uncommon topics such as mental health disorders are brought up, the response is usually just pray about it, or who have you been talking to? It's the devil's work. You know, if they don't understand it, it's the devil. Look in the Bible, turn to God. And then the questions start coming in like, what have you been watching? Who have you been hanging around with? Who has been influencing your thoughts? And I'm just like, my thoughts are on my own. There are many contributing factors as to why I'm feeling the way I am. And it's not just from what I watch or who's been talking to me or who I surround myself. It was around 14, 15 when I started to realize that, you know what, the way I'm feeling is not okay. And I kept quiet about it for a long time because I don't want to make other people uncomfortable by talking about something that they don't talk about on a whole. So I felt like I had to deal with my issues on my own. When I first started discussing mental health, no disrespect to the older generation, it's a foreign concept to you guys, and I'm assuming that growing up there wasn't talk about like depression and anxiety, so maybe you guys are a bit confused as to why and how the younger generation are starting to feel and talk about their emotions openly. I felt like my voice wasn't really heard, and maybe it's because they didn't quite understand it, you know? And because I felt like my thoughts and feelings weren't understood, it wasn't taken seriously. I know this video might not appeal to all, but by no means am I trying to bash the older community and say like, oh, you guys are just closed-minded and you don't understand what we're going through. It's just different times, you know. We have to, you guys, the older generation, have to adapt in a sense that things aren't what they used to be, you know, back home, back in Guyana. To my Guyanese family, I'm not trying to disrespect you. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. But did you know that Guyana used to have the highest suicide rate in the world? I am looking down at my laptop here, and this is The Guardian. It says Guyana mental illness, witchcraft and the highest suicide rate in the world. Stigma against mental illness and the lack of psychiatrists means that the small South American country has a lot of hard work to protect those at risk. At a staggering rate of 44.2 suicides per 100,000 people. That is mad. And with fewer than 10 full-time psychiatrists in the country. Lord. Oh no, let me not read that because I'm just gonna get upset. But that just goes to show you that within the Caribbean community, a lot of work needs to be done. And that is why I'm passionate about working in mental health, because I want it to come to a point where the younger generation feels comfortable talking to their parents about how they're feeling and not scared of their responses or scared of being dismissed, because now the older generation are starting to realize how big of a deal mental health is. Oh my gosh, my eyes are red. Oh. No, this is really serious, and I do hope that you guys like understand that mental health and mental illness is no joke. And no disrespect, so understand that those who are religious will turn to the Lord, but you can't pray away psychosis, you can't pray away schizophrenia. You can incorporate that in your self-care 100%, but sometimes medication is needed. I believe that's my opinion, and share your opinion if you feel like it. in the comments below. Let me give you some other facts. Trinidadians are 5 to 12 times more likely to be diagnosed with a serious mental illness compared to their white counterparts. Black people are less likely to use mental health services and be referred to mental health services. Black people are more likely to be sectioned under the Mental Health Act, and black men are 29% more likely to be restrained. Being sectioned means being admitted to a mental health hospital or mental health ward regardless of consent. This means that an individual will be held in order to receive assessment and or treatment. Afro-Caribbeans are less likely to have their psychosocial needs met when planning treatment. Patients from the BAME community, and BAME represents Black, Asian and minority ethnic, are more likely to be misunderstood and therefore misdiagnosed. Afro-Caribbeans have high dropout rates in cognitive behavioral therapy studies and other treatment outcomes. So if you are not scared by the facts already, you already know that a lot of work needs to be done. Here are what I think are great ways to implement changes in order to make sure that Black people have more access to mental health services. First and foremost, I believe that we all need to educate ourselves. Educate yourself about different mental health disorders and their symptoms and how they present themselves. Educate yourself on ways to enhance your overall well-being. It is important that we create safe spaces for discussion regarding mental health. If someone you know is struggling, try to understand them and provide a listening ear rather than judge them or tell them what they should do. That is one thing that sometimes I take offense to, like, you should do this or you should do that. If you're not in my head and if you don't walk a day in my shoes, you cannot tell me how I should go about certain things, especially regarding to my mental health journey. More people of color need to be included in clinical trials in order to evaluate the effectiveness of interventions such as therapy and how it can be catered to people of color. And more importantly, I've been saying this for a while, mental health needs to be a part of the school curriculum. That's it. I didn't learn about mental health until I was roughly 16, 17, and that's because I chose to study psychology as part of my A-levels. And I think that's quite late. And by then I was already experiencing symptoms of anxiety and depression. Little did I know. But through research and through reading, I taught myself, wow, okay, so what I'm going through is normal for people my age, and I've had several things that has happened in my life contributing to feelings of self-doubt and stuff like that. So I understand as to why I was feeling that way. But younger kids, I believe, need to be taught about it. You need to know the signs and symptoms of mental health disorders. I'm talking about anxiety, depression, bipolar, schizophrenia. Like, there's so much to learn, but if we learn about the most prevalent ones within like the country and stuff like that, that will help people have access to services an earlier time instead of waiting for symptoms to develop and move from mild to severe. With all that is going on in this crazy world, we need to make sure that we make self-care a priority. If you'd like to know what I do for my self-care routine, make sure you click the link above, but do make sure you take time out for yourself, unwind, tune in, and listen to what your body needs, what your mind needs to be at ease. The younger generation also has a responsibility of breaking generational curses and make it okay to have discussions regarding mental health. We need to teach our parents, we need to teach our grandparents, our aunts, our uncles about it, and if we feel comfortable enough, discuss what we may be going through as well, in order for them to have some level of understanding and to support us and to be a support system for us. I know it's easier said than done, and I know a lot of people who have come out talking about their mental health issues haven't gotten a great response because the older generation probably doesn't know enough about it. So we need to help them, and by helping them, we are helping ourselves, because you know we're all in this together. Thank you for watching this video. Black lives still matter. Take care, and I'll see you soon.